Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay, the number one source for competitive Legends of Runeterra news and information. If you're looking for the best decks to play right now, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Master Runeterra or in our Discord. And if you want to take the next step in leveling up your game, check out our Runeterra team on Patreon, where we do weekly learning calls and one-on-one coaching. Now strap in and grab yourself some Poro snacks, because we are about to start Mastering Runeterra.
Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay. We have a show of some sort for you today. We are going to go over Majiin crushing Flesh and Blood and my general disdain for communication from Riot. And then we're going to do a little thought exercise where we pretend like we're coaching someone trying to get to Worlds. AKA, we're just going to say what we would say to someone trying to make it to Worlds next year right now. So, in case any of you listening at home would like to try and qualify for Worlds, maybe even make a top cut at seasonal, same sort of stuff. We're going to go through kind of like what we'd say, tips, advice, all that good stuff. Because, as we all know, we are currently in Runeterra Pogatory? What's the word I'm looking for here?
We're
in hell.
Yeah, it's oh my god. It starts with a P, you're right, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like Augatories, right? Yeah. It's not Progatory.
Purgatory,
yeah. You mixed up like prerogative and purgatory.
I think it was like predatory and anyways.
A bunch of stuff. Okay. Purgatory.
Runeterra Purgatory. As people are getting upset at me for saying this, and for other people saying this, and being like, "There's no reason to play ladder." Guess what? There's no reason to play ladder, mother. God,
yep.
What am I out here playing this game for fun?
I
that a long time ago.
All of my favorite activities, I won't do a single one of them if there's no kind of like competition or incentive. Like I don't play card games without like I won't go play a tournament for fun. Like I won't go like jam games with friends just for fun. I'll jam games with friends if I'm practicing for a tournament, if there's an incentive. Like yeah, I don't want to just go play like I don't want to go shoot some hoops. I would play 3-on-3. Like that's kind of how I am. And right now, like playing ladder is basically just like shooting some hoops. Like there's nothing there. There's no reason, right? Like you could get a whole bunch of ladder points and that's sick, but it doesn't like mean anything. And that makes it really hard to like care, especially because it's not actual factual practice for Worlds, because Worlds meta is going to be different.
Yeah, it's not really doing anything. At least like if you were shooting hoops or like throwing a ball, throwing a frisbee, like practicing.
Yeah.
Like that's at least something.
That's
also,
true. Yeah.
I don't love doing that, but I'll still do it. But this is like, playing ladder right now to practice for Worlds is like, I don't know, trying to play golf to practice for the Super Bowl or something. Like it's just like it's almost completely useless.
Tangentially related.
Really... Yeah, it's like an athletic. You're keeping your muscles going, which is something.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
And it's not. I shouldn't say that completely because I have not played much this month, and I definitely need. We were doing the team call a couple days ago. We're recording this on Thursday for anyone's curious. We did the team call, and I was like, "How does that work? How does that work? How does the equipment work with that thing?" And I was like, "I should probably play some Bane decks
I should get some games in.
before this patch comes out." I've played lots of Seraphina.
Seraphine's the best.
Decks,
she's so
fun. That's about it.
So fun.
Why did I say Seraphina?
Seraphine. Yeah. So we're kind of just waiting until November 9th. And then I think you'll see, because like pretty much all the competitive players are basically just not really playing. And then I think on November 9th, you'll see like an explosion of like activity. Or November 8th, which I believe is when we get the patch notes. Like we're going to be just jamming, trying to get an edge for Worlds.
Yeah, I took 4 days off of work to specifically prepare for Worlds. Because, like, here's the thing, right? I put all this time and effort all year.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, limp in and just
hope
come
for
up
the
like a little
best.
bit short. Yeah, hope for the best, and like, what the fuck was the point of even qualifying then if I wasn't really gonna put everything into it? So yeah, there's gonna be a flurry of activity from absolutely everyone. It's gonna be a mad, like a madhouse, mad dash
Yeah.
to seasonals because like we only have like 9 days to prepare, and I have a feeling this patch is gonna slap. I mean, the past ones they've hit hard. They've shown that when it comes to something like Worlds, they really want like to shake things up and make it exciting and make it new.
Mhm.
And dear God, okay, we need to address what's going on with Majiin right now. So he's at Worlds, Flesh and Blood Worlds. So he's in his hotel right now on his laptop. That's why he looks like some sort of shade or dark ghost.
Yeah, the lighting's
super
really weird,
pixelated.
and it's like a laptop webcam, which doesn't exactly make it better.
You look like this looks like one of the like a video call from the '90s or something. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be the future. It's like
It looks like found footage that they purposely made look bad for a horror movie, right?
Yes, totally.
Or I look like I'm
funny.
giving you advice on like the demon that you're possessed with, but it's about to go staticky, and I'll be like, and then I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you look
cut.
like you're about to come through. It's gonna come through the monitor.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, speaking of Flesh and Blood, Majiin just won a very impressive invitational tournament. Why do you fill everyone in on what this was and how you got there?
So I was invited to this tournament called the Goliath Gauntlet Invitational, which is a 16-man invite-only tournament. We played over webcams because Flesh and Blood's still a physical card game. And it was basically just like a showcase of like some of the top players in the world, most of the top players in the world, and then like some content creators, right? Some people with like a bit more of a following. And so I was invited because the people running it like knew me personally, and they're like, oh, well, he's a content creator that's not like bad, so we'll invite him. He's like pretty good at card games. It won't be embarrassing to invite him. So obviously I was like, yeah, of course I'd love to do it. We each picked a deck, right? I picked my favorite wizard deck, my ice wizard deck, and then we started jamming, and it was really funny because we recorded like a week or two before like people saw the matches, right? So like the outcomes had been decided like a week before people actually
Oh,
saw.
really?
Yeah, because we recorded them, we
Oh, I didn't
sent
know
them
that. Why
in.
didn't you tell me that?
I thought I did.
No,
Oh,
I
well,
don't
my
think so.
bad.
I watched
So
the live stream like a sucker, being like, "Let's go!"
it's more exciting that way, isn't it?
It was actually no. Thanks
Yeah,
for the not spoilers.
yeah.
Actually, it was way more fun.
So like we sent it in, and then it was really tough to get everyone with like time zones, and the casters are different time zones and stuff. But then the casters would like they'd get two of them and they'd watch it and they'd record that, and then the editor would like do it all up, right? And then they do it as a YouTube premiere. So it was like watching a live event, which was really cool. Fantastic job, honestly. What do you think of the production quality and stuff?
The production was amazing. I was
Really
jealous
good,
and was
right?
like sending notes to our producer, being like, "Hey, let's steal this and let's steal that and let's steal this other thing and can we do this?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really, really well done.
Really good.
I was curious. Or sorry, I'll let you finish first. Yeah, really well done. Display was amazing.
Yeah, shout out to everyone who was a part of it. It was really, really good. But basically, like I got to see the community like make their brackets and everything, and I like never made it past the first round, like anyone's bracket. There's like one person who put me making it past the first round and then losing, and I think that was it. Right? People just like didn't really know who I am, and these guys are like pro tour winners and national champions and all that kind of stuff, right?
So Canadian national champion, American national champion. I assume the two winners from the two pro tours.
The two winners from the pro tours. One of the guys was Canadian and U.S. national champions. One last year was Canadian. This year he was U.S. Like just like crazy resumes on these players. And then there was me. And so like I wasn't like in anyone's bracket to like win or anything. But week by week, as I like took on these really like tough challengers, and I got through. It was really cool to see people. I think like people's perspective of me changed a little bit. In the Flesh and Blood community, I wasn't just like a Runeterra player who like dabbles in Flesh and Blood. They were like, oh damn, this guy's like actually pretty good, which I think matches what the people who knew me already like knew, or thought.
Yeah.
Right. and then I ended up playing the finals, and the finals was actually content creator versus content creator. It was me versus DM Armada, who's another like quite good player, but we both make content. People just don't expect you to be as good, you know. And the matchup was really like quite bad for me. It's like a if you have to pick my hero's worst matchup, that's what it is.
Oh
Dromai.
wow.
Yeah, and so people are like, "Oh man, he's gonna get like smacked." But I've played the matchup a lot, and I feel like it's actually like it's one of those things where I think if you play it correctly, it's like really not that bad at all. And so I was really actually excited to play it because I felt like I got to show that play style. Um, and I ended up taking it down. So I won first, which is really cool because I get this like really cool like playmat that says like Goliath Gauntlet Invitational Champion, and the champion's like foil, right? And then I get a gold foil, which means it's like you can't get it unless it's given to you for winning like a big tournament. I get like a gold foil, like graded, slabbed Goliath Gauntlet, which is a card in Flesh and Blood that has like a metal engraving of like Goliath Gauntlet Invitational Champion. And yeah, I'm so
Nice.
stoked about it. Yeah. So that was
And $500, right?
and like $500. Yeah, hell yeah. And now I'm
Yeah.
in Worlds, not even playing in Worlds because I actually didn't qualify. um, but I am playing in the Calling, which is like a big Grand Prix, and having fun. I am looking forward to uh I'm looking forward to this weekend, obviously, because like I love Flesh and Blood, I love competing, and then I'm really looking forward to next week because next week I get to like step on the gas for Runeterra again. Because right now when I like load up the client, I like play a game of Ezreal Seraphine, and I'm like cool, and then I close the client again because like we talked about, it just doesn't matter yet.
Yeah. Real quick on that. Down in the comments, I was gonna say, let us know if you give any Fs about us talking about Flesh and Blood or
Yeah,
Majiin's adventures in Flesh and Blood. I think there's a good chance that we're going to be moving into Flesh and Blood and making some, like, we might get another podcast going. Let us know in the comments if that
yeah.
would interest you at all.
Not moving out of Runeterra to move into Flesh and Blood. I want to put that
No.
in there. Yeah.
Yes. Just also so that we're not doing shit like this where we're like combining everything together. Just also making some Flesh and Blood content for, maybe some downtimes where, I don't know, maybe there's like some sort of
Maybe
nothing
there's
going
like
on.
yeah,
Perhaps.
Worlds and the ladder doesn't
Who
matter
knows?
yet, and we're waiting on a patch or something. That
Yeah,
wouldn't happen.
I kind of just no, that'd be ridiculous. I just feel like I also need a little bit more card slinging in my life. The only reason I haven't played more Flesh and Blood is because I don't have the time to go places, but they do
Yeah.
have a little bit of online stuff. Anyways, we'll move on. Let us know in the comments, though. I'm just curious. Okay, my thing now. Or actually, sorry. Was there anything else with the Flesh and Blood?
Nope.
You're at Worlds.
I'm
You're
at Worlds
now
in San Jose.
You're playing in the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Effectively. Yeah. There's a side tournament that's very, very large. So he's playing down that. You just top eighted a pretty large tournament.
Oh yeah, I top eighted a Battle
weekend?
Hardened in Denver last weekend. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's basically a Pro Tour qualifier. I top eighted. I needed to get the finals to get
like a big one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How many people?
Like 120.
Oh, okay. So not quite as big. I thought maybe like two something,
No.
but okay. Still big enough.
Yeah, but you only get an invite if you get first or second. Which is like easier than the old school Pro Tour qualifiers, but still pretty tough. And yeah, I top eighted, didn't get first or second though, but got a few $100s and stuff.
And so they have one Saturday, one Sunday. Is that how it works?
Yeah. So it was a battle hardened Saturday, which is where like both finalists get one, and then they had what they called a PTI event, a Pro Tour invite event, where just a winner get it, and I did not top eight that one. I ended up.
And these things don't sell out. They must sell out.
There was no cap.
Is it? There was no cap, and only 120 people came.
Yeah, I mean it was in like Denver, which is like not easy to get to for like everyone.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do
you know how many people go to like the other ones, like the Portland one or whatever? I was like, considering going to that one.
I know the ones that are like mid-event. So like there will be a Battle Hardened on Sunday here, and I would be surprised if it had less than 500 people in it.
Yeah, for sure, which makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, congratulations also on that, and good luck this weekend. Make sure you're tweeting out, letting us know how you're doing and whatnot.
Do that,
okay. Yeah. Before I get into this bitch spree, be warned, you can just fast forward past this. But number two, I've really wanted to start doing like a mogul mail type thing. If anyone's seen that,
you a Ludbud
does that. Yeah, I'd love to do that for LOR. And I actually had a whole segment ready for what I'm about to bitch about right now. And I was gonna make this video, and then I was like, or I could just not do that and carry on with my life and like play some games of LOR, which I kind of need to because I'm a little bit behind. And like just make sure I'm again focused on Worlds. I'm like, yeah, I'll just do that. But one, again, if you don't want to hear me bitch, continue on. I'm gonna be talking about Riot and LOR and communication. But two, if you would like to see me do some Mogo Mail type videos, I need a push. I need someone to be like, yeah, fucking do it. I'll watch that bullshit. So like, put it in the comments because if no one does it, I'm not making that fucking video. I'm sort of gone, not doing it. So tell me, give me anything. Anyways, on to the fucking thing. What is going on with their communication? It's never been particularly good. But if anyone's on Twitter, which I realize not everyone is on Twitter, because I used to not be on Twitter. I used to not use Twitter at all. I didn't give a fuck about Twitter. It's not even like top 5 social platforms, apparently. It's like, I don't know, 13th or something. It's like not quite as big as I thought it was. I don't know what other social platforms they were putting in there in that
TikTok, YouTube,
thing
Facebook.
that I saw. Snapchat, maybe Instagram.
Instagram.
I don't know
LinkedIn.
if they're including ones from like China or Europe or something that like I'm not really sure. But okay, long story short though, like Twitter's how companies typically kind of like get info out. It is the town square in that sense. Everyone knows that they're tweeting stuff out and like you can find info there. It's a great place to do it. And they've always kind of done that. They had a lot of stupid, weird tweets. They would just make shit up like, you know, what color Poro are you? Or, you know, look at this piece of art, or like just kind of like random stuff for the community. People ate it up. People liked it. It got a lot of likes, a lot of retweets, a lot more than like some of the competitive stuff, which made me feel bad. So I was like, whatever, you do you. I guess it's not for me. It's fine. But now it's just dropped off the face of the map. So October 11th, they tweet out the patch notes for the new patch that just came out. Right? Am I crazy? Yep. October 12th, they tweet out how there is a Arclight event where you can get the event pass and the stuff that you can get in the event pass, which was quite light, if you will, which people pointed out, which is kind of shit. That kind of sucks. And not like, you know, not a big deal to me per se, but I always want more stuff rather than less stuff. And then after that, their next tweet is the next fucking patch. So they dropped the new set and didn't tweet a single thing other than the event pass, a single thing for 2 weeks until the next patch came out. Nothing. Like, why are you, you know, hyping up the new cards? What? Why? Right? Like, why is there not anything else? They do hype it up coming into the patch. Fair enough. But why is it nothing? Like, why isn't it like, you know, like something, anything? Even like I was thinking about this, like, why not put out stuff from creators? You know, hey, Majiin just posted a cool new freaking Seraphine deck. Check out his video here.
Yeah.
Freaking Puffball Panda posted this new like deck and has thoughts about this, and check this out.
Yeah, like
rather than just did, like, zero
really cool
nothing.
fan club president cosplay. And then she posted a couple pictures, like just, I don't know, quote retweet that and be like, check this out. Check this out. How cool is that? Love it. Mm-hmm. Doesn't even have to be that though.
It's a symbiotic relationship. We're here trying to prop your goddamn game up and like help us help you. Like it's strange. That's just one thing. You could also like, I don't know, maybe like hype up Worlds, because that's starting in 2 weeks and there's been no like anything about, like, there's been little tweets here or there, but like most of the people don't know when the fuck it's happening.
We just learned that it's 2 days, not 1 day.
It was 2 days last time too. Do you remember that?
No, I don't actually.
I had forgotten. You had to come back and play like
they cut it after
2 rounds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was like 5 rounds or something, and then I had to like play 2 more. It was so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stupid. I came back on Sunday because I was birding you, and it was like, yeah, you won, and I was like, well, I'm glad I fucking didn't go out today because I stayed to watch Majiin just clap 2 people and like now make it in, or like 1 person even.
Yeah, it may have been like 1 round. Yeah, it was like really stupid.
It may have been 1 round.
Yeah.
dumbest thing ever to come back on a second day for 1 or 2 rounds. It's only 64 people and it's double elimination. The whole thing is over in like
7 rounds.
5 hours.
Yeah, or 8 rounds.
Okay,
or something.
So maybe a little bit more.
I think it's 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of the people are done like much before that. That's like there's like 6 people there at the end for those last like couple rounds. So the majority of people are done in like 5 hours, and they've just copy pasted it from last year. Haven't changed a goddamn thing. So it's 2 rounds again, or 2 days again, this time around. But yeah, there's just like, why not have a countdown? Why not have a fucking countdown? Hey, 20 days left till Worlds. Fucking 15 days left till Worlds. Let us know who's casting it, maybe, or where it's going to be cast, or what time it starts. Anything, just literal anything. They're also, notice that, remember those like trailers they used to have for like Shurima, wow, like all the like the big long trailers that they had when they dropped new cards and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore. That shit's gone. Didn't really think about that. Dave Tron, I almost said Dave Bo again. Dave Tron came out with that one video being like, hey, here's some new stuff going on. I haven't seen that forever again. Remember they did this stuff, all the reveal stuff with Casanova. Remember all that, like with Jin and stuff, and they did it one more time. They didn't do that this time either.
Did that not happen during like Worlds? I don't remember.
No, Jin wasn't out at Worlds. Jin was like beginning of the year, whatever. Okay. Anyways, but those are stuff that you'd be tweeting out, but you're not doing any of that. Just anything though. It's so weird. It's like it's a very like, I don't know about you, but we talk about lore dying all the time, and lots of signs of like, what does this mean? To me, this is like creepy. Mm. This is like really unnerving. Like you're just going just silent. Just like, do you even have a social media person? Did like you lose access to the account? Like, what is going on? 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Okay, and then after that, since then, that was October 25th. They had the other patch, which is just bug fixes. And since then to today, which is November 3rd, so that's another 8 days, all they've tweeted out was this article by designer Dan F, who teaches you how to give feedback to game designers. Well, guess what? You fucking get some feedback right fucking now. How about you learn how to fucking tweet? Sorry, that was a lot. I'm sorry, I'm really tense. I apologize. But that was the only thing that so literally since middle of October, October 11th, October 12th, they've literally just tweeted that one thing in like almost like 3 weeks, coming on a month. I don't even know how to spin that. I don't even know how to come up with like a excuse for that. Does that scare you at all? Am I just out here by myself? Do you think that's like fucked up or weird?
No, it's not great. It's not the ideal scenario, that's for sure. Like honestly, like anything would be better.
Does it seem strange though?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does it seem a little strange?
But like this is kind of what we got last year too. Like coming up to Worlds, like we were just like
nothing. Crickets.
Hello, like this is still happening, right? And that's kind of how it feels again this time.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes me think that like it's just like business as usual. It's just so weird. Mm. It's so strange that like you could be doing so little to do so much. Like how hard is it to just retweet things from the community?
Yeah,
or interact with the community. Let alone just, I'm sure there's lots of stuff going on. That you could be tweeting out a Worlds countdown. Fuck. Not that hard. 21 days left till Worlds. That's it. And then real quick, last thing on this bitching topic is in game. How is there not a Worlds? It should be the background. It should have the date, the time the stream starts, where the stream is at. I'm not sure if there's actually anything
I don't
in
think
there.
so.
I guess like in the calendar thing, maybe. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's updated. I'm not even sure that's been updated.
Yeah, instead of like, I don't know, telling me that I should play Jinx's Adventure for like the 80th time like in Path, like put up something about Worlds. Like that's really cool. People want to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And like, if you if you think that, I don't know, like you need more viewers and whatever, like, well, you got to tell people when shit's happening. Like, no one even knows what's going on. Like, when stuff's happening, people are so confused because the communication is just not there. It's terrible. It's so bad. And it makes no sense. It's illogical. You know, if you guys were if they were so horribly taxed that they couldn't get to everything, okay, all right, that's understandable. But like this is not it. This is not the case. And I really forgot to preface this with, I really love the game and it hurts me to do this and I hate this, but like, we're all fucking adults. Do your fucking job better, really, is what it comes down to. Like, that's it. And you know what? Check this out. And I understand this really well. I worked at a YouTube company. It was like, basically it was YouTube. It was a YouTube agency. And everyone there, they weren't YouTubers. We had the largest YouTubers in the world. A lot of the largest YouTube gamers in the world signed underneath us, like huge, massive channels. No one there was a YouTuber. No one there watched any of the YouTube content. No one there understood how YouTube worked or what they needed to how to help them. And it was like a joke. And also the company was very predatory. They would like try to get people to sign like lifetime contracts and stuff. And like the company was taking part of their rev share, like lifetime contract 60-40. We're taking 40% of your revenue for forever and all this stuff. Yeah. And so the company was reviled, was very was hated. And there was all kinds of stuff on, Reddit and Twitter and, people being like, these guys fuck me, like, don't go there. And just no one at the company even like read any of that or gave a fuck. It just like kept on rolling, just kept on going. And I've worked at lots of companies where like, you're there to do a job, right? Like just one job. Like I'm like, I'm here to make art, or like I'm here to like, code things in the background, or like I'm here to make the company more money. And, I'm here to like sign big brand deals. I'm here to manage those guys do their job. And so all of us down here on the ground, like I think a lot of that just doesn't actually penetrate, doesn't actually go places. And also when you're at the top of an organization, you're focused on just much larger things.
Yeah.
Right? Like much bigger problems. And so I think that's how things like this happen. Anyways, okay. And Rant, sorry, but also just real quick, I appreciate everyone that does all the really hard work at LOR. The game's fucking beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so good. I love the game so much. I really do. I just wish you guys did a better fucking job to make it successful. Because that's what I want. I want it to be good. It should be better. It should be so much better than this. We deserve better also as a community. Just gonna throw it out there. Okay, cool. On to the last thing. Unless you want to shit on Riot real quick.
No, I think you did a lot of it.
Okay, thanks, bro. Really funny though, like in public, I'm the bad cop, you're the good cop. Behind closed doors, I'm the one that's like, no, it's fine.
You were the optimist.
I believe in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, nah, I don't know, man. I threw out the lunch. Yeah. Anyways, that's because I care so fucking much, man.
Yeah, no, that's true, and I do too. I just like, I don't know. I just don't think Runeterra is like. I think the direction they took Runeterra is not profitable, and I think they've made a conscious decision to make it so. Like they could, right? They could like monetize the hell out of it. They could advertise it a bunch, and they made the conscious decision not to do so. And I don't think anything I say will change that. And so I just don't.
Yeah, you feel like they've kind of like given up a bit.
Yeah, they've given up on at least that angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
I disagree, but we don't have this conversation. Prove us wrong, Riot. I'm still next year, baby. Next year, fucking fingers crossed. Give me rotation. Really give me a competitive limited format. So I really want fix the fucking competitive scene. Fucking Ruben, Zoo, we believe in you. One time. Come through. Okay. On to shit that you might actually care about.
Yeah.
We're going to now talk about how to level up.
Yep.
How to get better.
Okay.
How to qualify for Worlds. So first off, I guess we have to imagine that it's going to be the same sort of format, right?
Same way to qualify.
I bet it will be. Yeah, I think there'll be some changes. I think there'll probably be some changes, but I think way to qualify probably pretty similar. Okay, you go first. I've been talking for fucking forever.
I'm gonna keep it kind of quick because I do have to get going pretty soon. But I would say like, if you want to qualify for Worlds, like you have to understand what your chances are at actually like hitting the criteria to qualify for the different ways. I'm going to assume that you're a diamond to masters player, right? Like you're a pretty good player. You're ready to take the next step, and you saw Worlds, and you're like, damn, I'd like to do that. Maybe you played in the seasonals or two, but you really want to make it to Worlds. I would say like understand what you have to do in order to make it to Worlds and how likely it is. Like top fouring the seasonals or whatever is you can never count on that. Um,
Very tough.
Even like the winningest players in the game like can't ever count on that, right?
Did you top 4 one this year?
Yeah, I did, but it was like the last one.
You top 8
I
that
top
one,
8
right?
Sorry, I top 8 but it counted in that one. So
Yes.
yeah, I like
last year they didn't have that.
Last year they didn't.
But you didn't top 4 one.
I did not top 4.
You didn't top 4 one this year, so tough.
Yeah. So I would say like you can never count on that. Let's basically like put that one out of your mind. If it happens, then like sick, good for you. The other two are like consistent seasonals, and I think this is how the majority of people expect to make it into Worlds. And I think there's like absolutely nothing wrong with that, and that's probably what the like consistent grinders, like the consistent like tournament crushers or whatever, will make it into Worlds based on their seasonal placements, right? You 7-2 a couple times, maybe top 32 once or twice, get some extra wins there. You try to get like 2-0'd as much as possible, right? You get your 2-1s, and it's really like not that hard. Not that hard. It's totally doable.
If you went 7 wins, 2 losses in all your seasonals and had 1 game win in one of those losses on average, you would have qualified for Worlds. And that's like 7-2 is not that
it's
difficult.
Not that tough. Yeah.
It's still hard. Still hard. Absolutely. But if you kind of like, play the 3 good decks, play them well, you can kind of get there.
For sure. And then the other way is ladder. Now, if you're like super serious about getting into Worlds, ladder is the only guaranteed way to do it. Guaranteed meaning you can just play and 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 play, and then once you get high enough, you're locked, right? Like you if you finish like second and then you finish like 8th on a ladder season, like you're locked, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop that. And so I like this season or this year, that's what I went for, was actually the ladder finish, so that I could like guarantee that I was going to be in it. And it ended up not mattering because I top 8'd the one that they extended the invite out to top 8. But I would say like go for that with the backup plan of like consistent seasonal finishes. Now, as far as like actually getting there, I would recommend that you when you're trying to climb, you only ever play one deck. When you're trying to improve, you play all of the decks. You play everything. You play a deck, play a deck, play a deck, play a deck. You're beating a lot of things. You're getting a lot better, but you really struggle into this matchup. Well, go play 5 games of that deck, right? And then maybe switch it up or go back to the first deck. Same thing. Play, 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 play. I don't really get how this deck works. It keeps beating me. I don't really understand how. Start playing that deck. Then you start to understand like how everything plays against each other, and you just start to see like more and more of the same stuff. So that's like my advice, my general like ladder advice. If you want to climb, play the same deck. If you want to improve, play all of them. And then as far as like tournaments are concerned, play the best deck, and then play the second best deck. And if the third best deck fits in your lineup, play that too. Like, stop handicapping yourself. Like you're not cool if you're not playing the best deck. Like nobody cares. Play the best stuff. Give yourself the best chance you can of winning.
Yeah. 100% agree. And as for laddering, MTux just wrote an article. He probably plays more ladder than anyone
else. Yeah.
And he just wrote an article, a very lengthy article about his strategy and what goes into ladder climbing. And yeah, it's just really good. Go read that if you can. Yeah, so great advice there. I know we got to wrap things up. I'll just give a quick one. When you're trying to improve at, like, there's lots of different parts of the game to improve at. Lots and lots and lots of different parts. I was thinking back over my Magic career, and what'll happen is typically like you'll have a light bulb moment and you'll level up, and then you'll kind of plateau for a while, and you'll kind of have another like learning moment, and like that's kind of how it goes. And I thought about it, and a lot of those light bulb moments came from playing with people that were better than me. And they kind of like challenged some of the things that I thought were sort of set in stone. And they were like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. Like, you could just do this. Or like, there's other options or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And so play with people that are a little bit better than you, or even a lot better than you. Try to join, try to be on a team with them. If you can, try to scrim with them, ask them questions. And that's like a really, a really good way to learn, which I know sounds very obvious, but like if you're like me, the fun part is playing the game, right? You load up your fucking deck, you jam it against the wall, but you're just going to make the same mistakes kind of over and over again. And like you will improve and you'll figure things out, and that's good. But most people are not very good, myself included, at teaching themselves new things. It's hard to know what you don't know, or impossible even. So seek out other people to help you learn. I think that's a really good one. We created Mastering Runeterra literally for this exact reason, to build a community around of like-minded people. Our pros and people in the squad are literally are basically all the best non-Brazilian players in NA. With a few exceptions, of course. But everyone's super helpful in there also. I'm always like, it always really warms my heart that like all of these guys that are, part of the team or just part of the community are just always there, like helping people out. Like you'll see people that are, seasonal winners and some of the best players in the world, and they're just answering just random questions from like new people, like, hey, my thing had quick attack, like why didn't it kill this thing? And they're just answering these very like simple, basic questions. They'll go into depth with things. The community is fantastic. There's a lot of other good Runeterra communities out there as well. Maybe stay away from Reddit.
Yeah, not the place.
Yeah, but yeah, check out the Mastering Runeterra Discord if you haven't already. Don't feel bad about asking questions in there. And then if you want to take things really seriously, you're always welcome to join our subscription plan that gives you access to both of us and the pros in the pro team and the squad, where we have private channels. You can ping us. We answer all the questions. We do learning calls. I didn't mean this to turn into a sales pitch, but I don't have to wrap things up. And it's true. It's frankly true that it's a really good way to learn. But yeah, try to find people that are better than you. Pick their brain, play games with them, watch them, learn from them, and we'll probably dive into some more of this stuff again in the future. We've done it before in past podcasts. Go check them out. But I know Majiin has to go. So from us, we'll see you guys next week when we'll have the new fucking patch finally. Looking forward to that shit. So we'll have some excited stuff, some news. That'll be fun to talk about. Looking forward to that shit. Again, Majiin, good luck this weekend. Hope you crush. And to everyone at home, love you. See you next week. Peace.